People considered Gilbert Arenas a chuck. Shoot first point guard. All ball hog. That's what he was. But somehow, some way, Gilbert Arenas, Larry Hughes, and Antawn Jamison, for all intents and purposes, were able to all average 20 points per game in the same season virtually. How do these two guys average 20 points a game with Gilbert Arenas, but neither of them by themselves could average 20 points a game with Mr. Facilitator, LeBron James? Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bolo, and I'm coming to you with another video for educational purposes only. So I seen this headline about D'Angelo Russell shines in first game with Nets after trade from Lakers. Anyone with a brain that knows what they're looking at is not surprised. One of the many myths of the LeBron James legacy is that he is a pass-first player, facilitator that makes his teammates better. It's complete BS. Now, there's a lot of other basketball channels that kind of allude to it, point to it to degree, but not as well as I'm going to break it down right now. Now, excuse my editing. I ain't got the time for it, the patience, or the skill, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to point and click, and you're going to have to follow with me. But D'Angelo Russell is just the latest of many players that in fact play better without LeBron, okay? Now, as you can see, his one game in the same amount of minutes that he plays with the Lakers. So it's not a matter of him getting more time. 26 minutes, he's had 22 points, etc., etc. Okay, but his best game as a Laker this season, plus 29 box plus minus, is the game, guess what? LeBron James didn't play in it. The game that he didn't play, he coincidentally had the best game of this season. Okay? Now we're gonna go hit the Wayback Machine, and I'm going to prove my point further. Okay? Larry Hughes played with the Washington Wizards, averaged 22 points a game, got some votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Next year with LeBron James, Mr. Facilitator, pass first player, makes his teammates better. He drops down by almost 7 points. This is from 1 year to the next. And his percentage dropped. So it's not even like he was scoring less but at a better clip. No. Okay? Now let's look at Antawn Jamison. Hey, Antawn Jamison. He split time between pardon me. He split time between the Washington Wizards and Cleveland Cavs, and he went from 20 points down to 16. Are you seeing a trend here? Now here's the kicker. Antawn Jamison and Larry Hughes played together on the Washington Wizards with Gilbert Arenas, which nobody would consider him a facilitator or pass first player. People considered Gilbert Arenas a chuck. Shoot first point guard. All ball hog. That's what he was. But somehow, some way, Gilbert Arenas, Larry Hughes, and Antawn Jamison, for all intents and purposes, were able to all average 20 points per game in the same season virtually. How do these two guys average 20 points a game with Gilbert Arenas, but neither of them by themselves could average 20 points a game with Mr. Facilitator, LeBron James? Okay, now we have Chris Bosh. I mean, he could have turned this guy into a super first ballot Hall of Famer. If LeBron James did what he's built to do, he makes it easy for his teammates and he just makes them better and all this other stuff, he wouldn't have gone from 24 points a game down to 18. He was look at this, 22, 24. Literally a career best year down to 18. Okay? Kevin Love, this is the most extreme example. This guy went from 26 points a game and almost 13 boards. Starts playing with LeBron James and drops by 10 points. Isn't that crazy? He goes from 26 to 16. 1 year to the next. How does he go from MVP caliber player to nothing? Not even an all-star. Not even an all-star. Explain that, man. But he makes people better. Where? Ricky Davis, this is another one. This is his first year in the league. Okay, so we'll give him the rookie. I'll give him a rookie pass, but still, it shows. From one season to the next, he went from 20 points, career best, back down to 14 and a half. Anthony Davis, this is one of the few guys that he didn't really get a hiccup, but LeBron obviously is at the end of his career. You know, he's towards the tail end, still playing at a high level, especially for a guy that age, but he's not prime LeBron, nowhere near. So this guy, we can say, okay, he went from 25 to 26, down to 21, so his numbers actually have dropped. I know he's had some health issues, but they have dropped over time, even though he's still a supreme talent. Now, Kyrie Irving, this is the only guy, mind you, LeBron James has been in the league for 22 years. There's only been one season where he didn't take more shots than everyone, and that was Kyrie Irving in the 2016 to 2017 season, where Kyrie took 19.7 shots and LeBron took 18.2. That is the only season someone took more shots than him in his career, as the pass first player who just happens to score. How does that happen? Now this year we don't know what's going to happen because him and Anthony Davis are actually averaging the same exact amount of shots per game. They're both 18 on the dot. So who knows, maybe this will be another year where, and you know, a second season where someone else takes more shots, but there's only been one in 22 years. That's less than 5% of his career where someone took more shots than him per game. But he is a pass first player, a facilitator. He's like Magic Johnson and Scottie Pippen combined. How? And then Dwayne Wade, obviously this is his best teammate, him and I would say Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. And these three were allowed to eat. They were allowed to eat to a degree because LeBron needs the ball. If he doesn't have the ball all the time, he's just not as effective. So Dwayne Wade had to relinquish his shots, and that's why things, you know, started going down and down and down. But my point still stands. When you look at all the guys he's had that average 20 points a game and more, the year before playing with him, we're not talking about 23, 24 points and then 3 years later played with LeBron. We are talking directly from one season to the next. Maybe it happens once, maybe it happens twice, guy get injured, whatever. Maybe he's older. But we have a bunch of examples of guys that are in the middle of their prime. A lot of them, it was off career years. Career years, best they've ever done in their career. Somehow they go with LeBron and drop a lot. But LeBron's not sacrificing his numbers, especially his points. His points keep nice and steady. You see that? It's a nice and steady. The shots, nice and steady. He's not saying, hey guys, I've got Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on my team. I'm going to average 13 assists this season. And I'm going to drop my shots per game by 3 to 4. I'm going to take, instead of take 20, I'm going to take 15 to 16. And I'm going to let these guys eat. Because he's pass first. He's a facilitator. I've got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Kevin Love just averaged 26 points a game. Oh, we're gonna keep him around that. We're gonna get Kyrie to about 24, 25. I'll drop down about 16, 17 points a game and just get a bunch of assists. No. LeBron plays the same. It doesn't matter who's there. Doesn't matter. He's taking the same amount of shots. He's handling the ball the same amount. His usage rate is going to stay the same. He doesn't change. You have to get with his program. How does that make people better? If I have a guy I know likes to stay in the corner, which is his specialty, a guy that can hit some corner threes, that's who he makes better. But most people are not spot-up shooters. You played in the YMCA, college, I don't care. The majority of people are rhythm shooters. That's why Kevin Love fell off. He didn't just magically become bad all of a sudden playing with LeBron. It's because LeBron said, hey, go park your ass over there and shoot some threes. And Kevin's like, no, I like to get the ball inside, see the ball go in a couple times, then I can stretch the floor. Okay? But yeah, man, I just wanted to point that out. I'm going to do more on breaking down the myth of LeBron because there's so many false narratives that are being paraded, probably because of, I think people are getting paid, to be honest, on ESPN, Kendrick Perkins and Nick Wright and all these guys. I think they are, agents, to put it lightly. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think every time these players just became worse the day they started stepping with LeBron and he had no control over it? Or is he not actually making people better? I'm out.